Hello, Libra. Thank you very much for tuning into this week's read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Gilded Tarot Royale by Chiro Marchetti, text by Barbara Moore, website at the bottom here, llewellyn.com, and there's a couple other social media links if you're interested. Supportive Oracle cards, Wisdom of the Hidden Realms Oracle cards by Colette Baron Reed. Here are some websites on the back if you want to freeze frame and check those out. The website for Colette is at the end of that paragraph with her picture next to it. A couple other things down there if you're interested. Feel free to freeze frame on that if you want to. And last but not least, about the illustrator, Jenna. If you want to freeze frame and read through that, feel free to. I'll also get down here a little bit in case you want that information. Okay, now that we've done that, what do we have for Libra? I feel like this is going to be a complicated reading, but let's see. Okay. I just feel like there's going to be a lot going on, but we'll find out. One thing going to your advantage, there's a lot of people talking. Ironically, I feel like it's not all nice things, obviously. People are giving you a hard time. That is what's actually working to your benefit. Because I feel like there's a lot of things going on here, a lot of chitter-chatter. I feel like people are, like, targeting you for this, that, and the other thing. If people are targeting you, you don't have to take that in the sense of, like, you don't have to even address it if you don't want to. Huh. Okay. Let's go a little farther into this because I'm wondering. There's the wheel is turning. This is making things difficult for you. The wheel is turning. I feel like people are betraying you. Somebody who you thought was going to have your back doesn't have your back. Somebody who you've had their back multiple times, when push comes to shove, it looks like they don't have your back. Okay. This person, whoever doesn't have your back, I don't know. There's something up with them because they still think you're going to have theirs. What, okay. They still think you're going to look out for them. You're going to do what you need to do to keep them happy, even though when push comes to shove, they don't have your back. That's okay. I feel like for those of you this is going to hit with, you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. For some reason, you're not sure how to handle this at this point. Maybe this is a job thing or something else where you kind of feel stuck. And it's kind of like they clearly aren't there for you when you need them to be. But if you're not there when they need you to be, that could get really complicated. And it's kind of like you realize that this is what's happening. You see it. You flat out see it. You're just not really sure how to handle it. You're not sure what to do with it. Because it's complicated. This is not a simple situation kind of where, okay, you're not there for me, so I'm not going to be there for you anymore. It doesn't seem like that's going to work here. It's kind of like, you should be there for me because I've been there for you, but now you're kind of using it against me that if I dare not be there for you when you need me, then you're going to make it even worse for me. This is messed up. This is starting off, this feels really messed up. But you have an option here. You can remove yourself from the situation for a while, which is subjective, a while. Temporary, I'm guessing? Can we get a little bit more about that? Because I'm seeing two cards that are saying you're feeling betrayed, and maybe this is time to disconnect for a little while. Judgment in your favor, maybe not in theirs, but then also the Four of Swords, half in, half out. It's up to you if this is going to go in your favor, because it's kind of like it's in question if you're going to let this go in your favor. Because to let this go in your favor, you got to disconnect from this situation for a little while. You got to distance yourself from the situation, at least to the point where people don't think you know what's going on. So you can acceptably say, I didn't know that was going on. Oh, I had no idea. Oh, I don't know what that's about. I wasn't there for that. I don't know what's happening. Disconnect. Like, you don't have to literally disconnect. It has to appear that you have, though. So, you got to do what you think is right. If you feel like literally just hands off, done, then hands off, done. If you feel like you're just going to kind of like, I'm going to let people think I don't know what's going on, but you're going to know what's going on, and you're just going to be like, oh, I don't know. I wasn't there for that. Oh, I wasn't there for that event. I don't know. Because I feel like this will actually kind of balance this. Judgment will go in your favor if you're able to do that successfully. Which you may know what's going on and whatever the situation is, but if you step back to the point where you're not acting, you're not giving your 2 cents about anything, you're not trying to help anybody, you're like, oh, you're just literally playing it off like, no, I kind of took a break from it, I don't know what's going on, so if I don't know the cake fell on the floor, like, I wasn't even in the house, so how would I know it fell on the floor? And if I don't know it's on the floor, I'm not going to pick it up. And if I don't know it's on the floor, if it was ruined, I'm not going to get another one, because why would I get another one if I didn't know it was ruined? Even though somebody else might have told you, or maybe like you have another way to know. You're like, oh yeah, I see that fell on the floor. I'm not going in there to pick it up, and I'm not going to get something to replace it, though. I'm going to let them handle their own problem. If you're able to get out in that sense, to put distance between you and the situation, I do feel like this is where things will start going more your way. I feel like the lesson will be there for the other person. They treat you badly, you just go hands off. Not in the sense of like you won't back them up, like, well, you clearly don't honor me, so I'm just stepping out of your business. I'm just getting right out of your business. I feel like that goes well in the sense of like if they want you to stay involved, they have to treat you well. It's not about you not backing them up when they need it. It's more about, you don't treat me well, I just stepped right out of your business. It's different. Like, it's the difference between like, I know what's going on, I could help you and support you, but I'm not gonna because you don't me. It's different than that. It's kind of like, no, I wasn't even there, I just left. I just stepped right out. I took that as you don't want me involved. You don't want me involved, I got right out of it, that's all. If you're able to do that, first of all, please see this person for who they are. Please see this person for who they are. It does seem to balance it out. They will want you back in the situation. Because when you're not there, it's a lot harder for them. Okay? Still, be careful. Be careful about this one. See it for what it is. Find a different way to cover your butt. You clearly can't depend on them to look out for you, so look out for yourself in a different way. And if you do come back into this situation at some point, just make it... You probably will have to look out for them for whatever reason, but make sure you look out for yourself first. Do not put them first, whoever this person is. By you stepping out, it causes an imbalance. It almost causes like a void. Things do not go well. Things do not go well at all. And other people are also going to miss you too. There's an energy here that like, it seems... How do I explain this? The same situation, there's a person, or maybe more than one person, that seems like, if you're going to do like a hierarchy, for example, page, knight, and then the royals, the king and queen are equal in my opinion. So you do those 3 hierarchies, page, knight, and then the royals, which king and queen, they're the top. They're equal in the way I read them. There's somebody here down at the page level that has a very heavy influence on the situation. At least one person. If you recognize those people for who they are, they may very well be a page energy, but that could be very much a very, 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 very good thing for you if you warm up to that energy. I don't know if there's potential down the line, or if they see things that not everybody sees. You can make good with that energy. Just keep that in mind. Somebody that other people say, like, oh, they're just minimal. Who cares what they think? If you warm up to that energy, there's a big value there. Yes, they may be page level, whatever that means to the situation. But there's a high value there. Keep that in mind. Because I feel like if you come back into this situation, that's where you want to start to reestablish your connections here. to get like your advantage in the situation, because you need an advantage, especially if you have people here who expect you to look out for them, that they won't look out for you. So if you have that to your advantage, this can go much more in a pleasant way for you. Whatever played out before, I get that people will be nice to your face, but if they weren't there for you before, they won't be there for you in the future. Keep that in mind. With these two together, these are the challenge cards. Nothing is changing. People are the way they are, and they're gonna play it out the same way in the future. They'll be nice to your face, but they're gonna play it the same way in the future. If you know that and you accept that, you have to accept it. Like, don't play this to their advantage, like, well, maybe they were just having a hard time. No, they were not there for you. Remember that. Do not forget that. I'm not saying you have to be vengeful about it. Just don't forget it. That's all. Just don't forget it. You don't have to be vengeful. Just don't forget it. As you keep moving forward, you're going to notice this situation plays out again in the future. As long as you have a plan and you're holding to your plan and you know how this is going to play, especially if you warmed up to these more supportive players, let's call them supportive players, this will go your way. It's going to take more work. It's going to take some more finessing to make it work, but you'll be able to do that. It won't be a hard thing for you. It's just like a natural talent you probably have. Because it will play out again. It will play out again. It definitely will play out again. It's the question, will you get stuck? Because the situation is not evolving. It's the same ridiculousness over and over again is what I'm getting. The thing is, you need to step out. Let these people pay their own price for their ridiculousness. Step out. Don't save anybody, but play that whole, I don't know what's going on game. While you're out on the outside, I feel like you'll also get a second vantage point where you're like, without me involved in it, what are they doing? How are they treating each other? How do these people really act? You'll also notice people talking poorly of you. Make note of who and what they're saying. That'll help you as well. Because the situation is not changing. And that way, if you add back into it, if you decide that's necessary, you add back into it, you'll be able to play it out differently. Because, yes, Libra is about fair and balance, and you want things to play out fairly, but it's different when you see it from this other angle about how people are really treating each other and how they're treating you when you're not directly in it. So I feel like you'll have more of an advantage when you come back into it. You'll be like, well, this never changes, so I'm going to change how I treat this, so that way if I change the way I treat it, at least my part will change. At least it'll be better for me. And at least you can make it better for you. And then those other people, those more supportive players, I feel like that's a more respectful way to talk about them. Those supportive players, you'll look out for them because they're looking out for you. So you'll be like, all right, they're good to me. I'm going to be good to them. They deserve better. And maybe you'll get a chance to take those supportive players and move them up into more of a more take charge type of role within respect of whatever they do. You might be able to help them move forward. Especially you want to help the people who are loyal and good to you, and these other people who don't want to be and think they're more above it, like, well, you have to help me, Libra, I don't care what happens to you, but you have to help me. They'll get their just desserts as time goes on if you stop helping them. Is that good? I think we're done. I think we hit whatever that is. They're just trying to help you find a different way to handle this situation. It does feel like whatever this is, it's not the first time this has happened to you with this situation. Take it, or maybe it's just this not the same time, not the same. It's not the same situation, but it's happened in different arenas with the same type of, like, you're there for other people, and when push comes to shove, they leave you out. They leave you out the clothesline to dry on your own. They're saying pull yourself out, not totally out. Decide if you want to be back in. If you do, play it differently this time. See where it's really fair. Are we good? All right, I'm going to shut this down here. Thank you for watching. If you'd like a direct reading from me, shoot me an email, jamesforastral@gmail.com. That's James the number 4, astral@gmail.com. If you're interested in the donation information, that's below, same email. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.